Hello, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, this is going to be Epic Battles Caesar, me talking about Hail Caesar, Epic Battles, what I'm looking forward to, what I'm expecting. I'm excited, and I just want to get some thoughts down on video. So, as you know, I've done loads of Epic Battles. I'm quite familiar with the Warlord staple of historical rules. So, yeah, I just want to chat about it and enjoy talking about it and get excited with you guys. So Hail Caesar, this is my copy of the first edition rulebook. And I must admit, I had it for years. Warlord books are great eye candy. And I'm a sucker for nice looking books with pictures and miniatures in them. I had it for years. I must admit, I've not played Hail Caesar until quite recently. So my experiences with it is quite fresh, actually. It's quite funny. I had a big Punic Wars game of Hail Caesar like the week before Salute that it was all announced. But anyway, this is first edition. I've not got my hands on the second edition book. It looks really good. It is on my list of books I want to buy. And yeah, I cannot resist a shiny book. But anyway, Hail Caesar. Hail Caesar is a set of ancient rules which takes you from the some Egyptians, Bronze Age, so Egyptians, Hittites, Sea Peoples, all the way through sort of Rome at its height. Here we see some Imperial Roman fighting from Germans through to in the second edition, War of the Roses with the advent of gunpowder. Now it does follow the classic sort of black powder pike and shot where you've got a commander, they will issue orders to the regiments. Regiments will go off or battalions, units will go off and do their things at its heart, and the stat lines will look very similar. Talk about that in a wee bit. Because it covers such a vast period of history, and the Bronze Age is like 3000 BC, and War of the Roses is 1400, so that's like almost 4,500 years of history. There's loads of special rules, as you can see here, that you pick and choose for different units to give units a feel for it, how they're fought as well, and then supplements as well, which also add more of the feel to the game. Is it going to be a perfect simulation of the period of ancient warfare you want to do? Probably not, but it is a game that tries to reflect and give you a feel for ancient combat. But ultimately, in the words of Ridley Scott, um, when challenged on his Napoleon video, you weren't there. How would you know? Well, yes, Ridley. Yes, historical history is a whole science in itself, or art, I should say. So as an example, so some elephants there. Go show off the elephants. These are the epic battles elephants is coming, which I'm quite excited about. But they're not the first elephants that Warlord's done. They also do this in 28 mil, which is a beautiful looking beast. One day I will end up with a successor army, and that elephant will be in it. But anyway, cracking on. So this is pictures from a game I played. So this is Republican Romans, and it was fighting Carthage. So it's kind of like a Zama Battle of Zama game. So here we are clashing. This isn't epic battles. This is 28 mil. This is a vast collection of 28 mil from one of the guys at the club, and it was a beautiful game to behold. You can see you've got your units, your stamina loss, orders, divisions. I think we had 4 divisions aside. Yeah, 3 infantry divisions and the cavalry divisions on the flanks. And if Epic Battles captures any of the size and scope of these battles, it will be fun to play. These were the Gauls, Gallic division charging up in support. I was the Carthaginians. I kind of got a winning draw, a minor victory. I felt it was more of a draw. My opponent gave me a minor victory. Cavalry clash on the flanks. Yeah, it was such a good game. And one of the beauties of our club in Glasgow, if you're in Glasgow and you fancy doing some wargaming, we meet every Wednesday night, and we also do occasional Saturdays where we get to play some really big games of stuff. But anyway, cracking on. So as you see there, just through this picture and from the Epic Battles page, it's going to look good. It obviously doesn't quite have the impact of the 28s, but you're going to get much more on the table, on a normal table, that is, not that table we just had. So let's get into the rules. So as you can see here, what we have: unit type, clash sustained, short range, long range, morale save, stamina. Now morale save and stamina works the same as it would do in Black Powder as a reference. Now what you'll see is the stamina ratings are higher for units and there's not as much morale save. That balances itself out. Now most units, as you'll probably will see, have a short range, so they can sort of get close, a lot of thrown weapons. Long range is kind of reserved for slingers and bows. Now you'll see two numbers: clash and sustained. Clash is the amount of dice you roll in the first round of combat. Sustained is when you're held up for second and subsequent rounds of combat. So this is the Britons. So Ancient Britons, all about that initial impact, and less good in the sustained. Historically, shields, swords weren't quite as good a steel as the Romans, whereas the Romans, I can't quite remember the figures, but if that's 9 and 6, Romans might be 8 and 8 or 7 and 7 for their clash and sustained. Now there is army lists already for Hail Caesar, so we do have a rough idea of what things will be like. So there's like two generic army list books. This is kind of early period, and there's later period one. Plus, there's also kind of supplements came out. Interestingly to note, at the moment, Warlord's got no Punic War supplement or miniatures out. So actually, Hail Caesar Punic War is quite a good move on their part. Although I was thinking maybe with the inclusion of War of the Roses, War of the Roses could have been a shout for epic battles. But anyway, so there you go. It's not a great photo editor. The picture's lost some of its detail, but this is a Republican Roman list. It's got everything you'd expect to do with loads of different options for allies. Even though the sprue, the Roman sprue, is just the Roman infantry and some cavalry, the Romans did use the Median allies, Iberian, Gallic allies as required. Another key thing to note for the rules, there's a quick reference sheet at the back, is you've got morale based on shooting and if you've lost hand to hand, and there's a lot more options in there. So there's options for infantry, cavalry, and skirmishes. Skirmishes are treated, are given a larger portion of the rules in Hail Caesar. I always feel they're a bit underutilized in Black Powder. But yeah, there's a lot more things going on with skirmishes. So you can throw them forward and engage the enemy as they did historically. And they're not really going to bother the sort of bigger formed units, and they've got a slightly different morale table there. Yeah, the thing that's really good, I don't have a picture of it, is a quick reference sheet's got the blunder table in it. I don't know why. Recently, with Epic Battles, American Civil War, playing a lot of Epic Battles, American Civil War at the club, we've been blundering a lot. It's page 32 or 37, but certainly around there somewhere that instantly always having to look at the blunder table. At least 2 or 3 times a game, there's been blunders. So there we are, Epic Battles. So that was just a quick taster of the rules, Hail Caesar, my experiences with them, what's happened. I'm looking forward to it. I'll do some more deep diving in the rules as I find out more. And again, I've played a couple of games of Hail Caesar. I'm nowhere near as fluid with it as the other systems, and there's a lot of nuance in the detail I want to get right before I really start talking about it. But anyway, a nice picture of the epic battles finishing off there. Yeah, can't wait till I'll be able to see what's coming out, get my orders sorted out, and get some of this stuff painted up over summer. But anyway, um, if you've played some Hail Caesar, let us know what your experiences is of it, and I look forward to chatting to you in another video. So that's goodbye for now. Goodbye.